What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised.
In case you didn't know, Disney's Zootopia is the company's most successful film since Frozen. Therefore, a lot of money was made with this film. So, thanks to the record-breaking amount of box office dollars, we're getting a sequel. And according to the reports about the sequel so far, it looks like we will see a completely new scenario. So guys, let's see what is the possible plot for Zootopia 2. And of course, check the possibility of Nick and Judy finally getting together. Brand new characters. The first and main reason for a whole different scenario in the sequel is the brand new characters. Even though Disney has yet to share the info about new cast members, we are certainly going to see an extensive world of Zootopia, with plenty of new characters. Zootopia is so wide that the possibilities are endless for Disney. The plot. Zootopia 2 is definitely happening. With so many sequels, prequels, threequels, is that even a word? Well, never mind. It would be sad if Disney misses the chance for yet another successful film, as Zootopia is a highly appreciated film of 2016. To be honest, fans expected the sequel to happen sooner, but we understand that the film industry had some struggles because of the pandemic. Now, director Rich Moore and Byron Howard confirmed that the sequel is happening as they have plenty of stories to tell. Now, the leads of Zootopia, which are Ginnifer Goodwin and Jason Bateman, are definitely coming back for the second part, and they had a lot to say about what they want the next film to focus on. In an interview with Cinema Blend, they asked what they'd like to see happen in Zootopia 2. They are the leads, so their answers are quite important and promising. Goodwin, who voices Officer Judy Hopps, explained in the same interview that as we all know what happens at the end of the movie, she would like them to go along on this adventure in their new roles. She also added that she would like to see Nick Wilde be the one to convince Judy Hopps that the world is worth fighting for. So, guys, the plot of Zootopia 2 might be a reverse dynamic, and that could make Zootopia 2 totally different from the first film. According to Jason Bateman, the sequel would follow, and we cite, the two of us kicking ass out there, cleaning up the streets. We're a couple of new cops out there, so bad guys, be warned. Gazelle's story. There are still not enough details shared about Zootopia 2, but one interesting plot specification has been released, and we can't be more excited about it. According to many reports, Zootopia 2 will also focus on one of Gazelle's backing dancers, who was a tiger. This would bring a lot of interesting storylines to the film, as the singer was a pleasant character, and fans would certainly want to learn more about her. Oh, and last but not least, adding more songs to the film is always a great idea. And Zootopia surely had an amazing soundtrack, right? Focus on Mr. Big. The character of Mr. Big was one that is difficult to forget, with his hilarious lines. He works in an interesting world, and according to most fans, this detail of the show, to be more precise, the place he works in, should have been presented in a more detailed storyline, which is what everyone expects from the sequel.
I welcomed you into my home. We broke bread together. Grandmama made you a cannoli.
Now, the thing we all want to know is if Nick and Judy will become a couple. We just have to know. Will anything happen between Nick and Judy? The first film did nothing to prove that we can even hope they'll get together. But with so many fans asking and wanting this to happen, the producers might have changed their minds. When asked about this, the director said Nick and Judy are just friends and nothing more. But in the first film, when you hear the song You Know You Love Me, you can't help but wish they grew out of the friend zone and become something more. And as time goes by, it seems like we're about something more between these two in the sequel. There were also some rumors that the directors deleted a scene from the first film where Nick meets Judy's parents, and Judy's dad thinks Nick is her boyfriend. So the concept is still there, and maybe the creators found a proper way to portray a relationship between these two. Alongside questions like, what do the predators eat? Zootopia will also have to answer this. Right now, we can't be sure if Zootopia will feature Nick and Judy as a couple, but Rich Moore stated in a 2016 interview with EW that the chance of a romance between Nick and Judy would be something that could be featured if they ever made a Zootopia sequel. Now, as Tom Lister Jr., who voiced Finnick, stated that 2 Zootopia sequels are in progress. But we also need to mention that there were plenty of considerations of the fact that this would be a relationship between a fox and a rabbit. But that doesn't mean that Disney won't make this look normal. Zootopia is a film where diversity is the main focus. So, it shouldn't be an issue if a fox and a rabbit are together, right? Also, Judy proved in the first film that she always gets what she wants, even if some rules prohibit it. And as we previously said, Nick will also show off this side in the sequel. Also, this would be the first Disney film where the characters start as friends before falling in love. Nevertheless, we'll have to wait to see. A platonic relationship. Judy Hopps was clearly in the focus of the first film, but her performance wouldn't be completed without her friend Nick Wilde. After all, she wouldn't have made it without him, right? Now, Judy is clearly this optimistic pal who will do anything to get what she wants, while Nick, on the other side, is this cynic who gained just a little bit of perspective thanks to Judy. Watching these two opposites building a strong bond and friendship was perfect in the first film. Now the sequel will probably show how platonic their relationship really is. The pair formed a great friendship throughout Zootopia, and there was a fire between them that could certainly turn into something more. Oh, let's not forget the fact that Judy admits she loves Nick at the end of Zootopia, and that could be described as platonic love. The way they function when they work together clearly shows that they can complete the goal only when together. They're two very different people with comparable pasts that have found each other and made each other more effective by knowing one another. Dogs and cats in the sequel? You've probably noticed that there are no dogs and cats in Zootopia, and you probably wonder why. Well, according to fans, more precisely, according to the Reddit user Thundersaurus_S*X, dogs, cats, and other animals were cleaned out when animals defeated humanity. Yes, we know it sounds harsh, but this is only a theory. Based on this, Zootopia is a sequel to Animal Farm. As the user explained, in this movie's backstory, mammals overthrew humanity in the Great Purge, a bloody revolution in response to the 6th Great Extinction. This isn't explicitly shown, but if you've seen the movie, you know what I mean. The signs are obvious. However, it's not just humanity that's absent. There aren't any cats, dogs, or other very domesticated animals in the world either. I think it's because they refused to betray us and were wiped out fighting by our side. But this doesn't mean that we certainly won't see dogs and cats in Zootopia too. Maybe the sequel will feature cute puppies and a very interesting storyline. Maybe the aforementioned theory is after all true. Who knows? What do you guys think Zootopia 2 will focus on? Also, according to you, is there any chance for Judy and Nick to be together? Let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed our video, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of our videos in the future. As always, thanks for watching.